This is the desirable retirement life. 60-year-olds want to get away from the hustle and bustle of the city, collecting hundreds of grams of cloud mountains alone in the wild, hands-on throughout the process. It took 5 years. Build an enviable luxury wooden house. It's the ultimate blessing for people with social terrorism. The protagonist of the story is this old man. He is 66 years old this year. In order to stay away from the distractions of the world, purchase a plot of land in Canada with a pension. The old man's full name is Jean James. For convenience, just call him Master for now. Just collecting the wood needed to build. It took him 3 months. And then you use the snowmobiles. Drag it to where it belongs. Wait for Lowly to finish all the preparations. Time has also quietly arrived in spring. I saw that he first measured the general range. And he grabbed his shovel and started digging. The soil on the ground is very soft. Not only do you dig it up, you get twice the result with half the effort. Growing vegetables in the future is also a good choice. To provide more storage space for the wooden house, he's going to dig a basement first. During this period, regardless of the wind or rain, Lowly is unshakable and insists on working. It took the frog another 2 months. Finally, before summer arrives, he dug the chicken pit deep enough, considering that wood needs to be buried in the ground for a long time. So before they go official, it has to go through a full range of carbonization treatment to assemble with nails, forming a sturdy wall frame. I can see that the prison is very ambitious. Just the size of the basement, that's larger than the size of my house. In addition to the usual storage of sundries, he also plotted out the location of the water house. In order to fly freely here in the future, sewage pipes must also be arranged in advance. After the outside is sealed with wooden boards, then cover it with foam board to take moisture-proof measures. Put the water storage tank in the next day. You can start building the surface building. To achieve better fit between frameworks, you also need to make grooves at both ends of the square wood. Splicing it up can achieve seamless connection. Fixed platform framework. Now we stuff thermal insulation cotton into the mountain. Leave no opportunity for the cold wind. And then we plank the surface. After cutting the edges neatly, then cover it with a layer of moisture-proof cloth. A house built like this, let alone 10 years. Even if you live for 100 years, it won't be a problem. The front is reserved for the terrace. Also need to fix the frame first. There's no need for insulation here. Just lay the wooden board directly. Hungry at noon, just deal with a bite at the camp. Simply cook a pot of venison. Pair it with your favorite vegetables. Although there is no extra seasoning, but it was still a delicious meal. Don't waste the rest. Let rhubarb also taste the taste of venison. Then Lowly began to process the collected wood. Give them a peeling service first. Then find the position of the center of the log. Cut along the mark with a chainsaw. You can split it in half from the middle. But to transport such sturdy logs, it's obviously a bit difficult to rely on him alone. Good thing the old man is good at physics. I saw him pulling up the chain between 2 trees. Hang a movable pulley on it. It can easily lift hundreds of caddies of weight. Turn the flat side down. Put it on the platform as the first layer. In order to achieve a perfect fit between the woods, the logs are also trimmed with axes. Cut out the appropriate grooves at both ends to make the connection seamless. Wait until you're done. He feels a little monotonous. We're going to build a new hut on the side. You can usually store some uncommonly used sundries, although the bottom space is a little cramped, but used as a vegetable cellar. Chuayu. And then we secure the floor frames on top. Lay a tarp on the wall. After sealing the platform with a wooden board, in order to allow food to be stored longer. Now Lee also installed windows in the vegetable cellar, in order to ventilate the basement later. And he started working with the logs. Remove surface bark and nodules. Let them have a more rounded shape. Batch out the grooves at both ends. But it's not enough to make the wall seamless. The contact surface needs to be flattened with an axe. Make it form an inward trench to perfectly integrate with the lower logs, considering that there are many wild friends in the jungle, to prevent the cellar from being breached by rats. And they put a barbed wire fence on the outside. Then apply the wall with mortar, unless the mouse has 2 iron teeth. Otherwise, don't even think about destroying the planks inside. After the hardening of the wall is completed, now Lee dragged his car. Come to the jungle not far away. Collected a carload full of moss. Bring it back and stuff it into the gap between the walls, so that the room will never leak again. The wind blows and a snowflake arrives unexpectedly. The jungle was suddenly foggy. Fortunately, it did not affect Lowly. Continue to build on the post. Maybe it was moved by his spirit. The sky just cleared. After a while, dark clouds gathered again. In the blink of an eye, snowflakes fell. Due to safety concerns during construction. In prison, I made scaffolding out of tree trunks. I put on my pulp-coated coat again. And so we started building. The cold wind blows on the face like a knife. But Lowly was unmoved. Just when it's busy here, the big yellow dog also went for a swim in the river. He felt he needed to calm down. Fortunately, the next day was a sunny day. Seeing that the wall has reached half a person's height, Lowly began to install the door frame of the wooden house. To avoid the trouble of posting production, the window frame is also arranged in advance. At this time, the son-in-law also brought the fireplace. I just asked my father-in-law after the new home is built, able to reserve a bed for yourself. Lowly couldn't wait to set it on fire. Throw a piece of venison into the pot. Then cut it on the windowsill. The side dishes were also poured in. Finally, a bottle of ketchup for extra flavor. Sticky. Another delicious meal. After dinner, Lowly was full of energy. At least 2 more hours of overtime today. And with each rise you build a log. You have to cut holes in the logs. Then drive in the homemade pig. Make the walls connect more tightly. In the coming period of time, no matter how bad the weather is in the jungle, Lao Li is as immersed in his work as ever. Nearly 70 can still have such physical strength. I can only say that it is not much different from when I was young. Under his construction day and night, the wall has finally reached its peak height. After shipping the last layer of logs up, he remembered that the side room hadn't been built yet. Fortunately, the area originally planned was not very large, and there's no need for people to live there. Just assemble it directly with wooden boards. Before we can install the door to the cabin, Lao Li first put the refrigerator in the ground inspection. It seems that he really wants to move to the shore early, then find logs with a diameter of more than half a meter. It's carried to the top by pulleys. Each beam is spaced the same distance apart. To make the overall force more uniform, grooves still need to be chiseled at both ends. Turned over just fits the wall perfectly. In the blink of an eye, spring arrives. The vegetation on the ground began to recover. All kinds of animals also wake up from hibernation. Now is a good time to put up the roof. Lao Li first stood on the middle fixed, and then we made the framework of the gable. The roof he decided to have a double slope structure, and the attic as the future bedroom, to let more sunlight into the room. Windows should be reserved on both sides. Then Lao Li selected a sturdy log. Traction by pulley. Drag it bit by bit to the roof. Placed in the groove reserved for the frame. The next step is to repeat the process. Transfer it to the frame with ridgewood as well. And the bottom of each collar. Logs are also installed for support. Then drive in 20 centimeters of steel nails to make the whole framework seamless. In your spare time, Lao Li will also bring rhubarb, rowing a dinghy into the lake. Throw to strokes by the way. Accidentally, you can also solve the food problem, along with his son-in-law. But due to lack of energy, he went ashore early. Lao Li dragged the dinghy close behind. Clean up the fish you just caught. The son-in-law has also made a fire. You can fry it in the pan. A rare opportunity to perform in front of his father-in-law. He took this whole process very seriously. I hope Lao Li will say a few kind words in front of his daughter, son-in-law waiting to say goodbye. Lao Li also returned to the construction of the roof. To integrate the boat with the frame, you need to make a groove in the wall first. After the wood is firmly stuck in, reinforce with nails. And considering the smoke problem of the fireplace, and leave the chimney openings open. Then Lao Li continued to lay airs. With all the passes on both sides completed, then we can start sealing the roof. Put the forget board piece by piece, until the entire roof is covered. Then the prison took the waterproof part, lay it on the surface of the wooden board. When you're done, use the tools to sort it out again. Make sure every gap is firmly pasted. Then the chimney is covered. The waterproof cover will also install the exhaust pipe. During this period, it is also necessary to continuously calibrate with a level, so that the shallots are perpendicular to the fireplace. But considering the fire safety of the wooden house, Lao Li put a heat shield under it again. Then arrange high temperature resistant tiles. After confirming nothing, he just put the fireplace back in place. Seeing rhubarb doing nothing, Lao Li knew it was time to ask him to exercise, so that you can focus on your work. Put a layer of moisture-proof cloth under the gable, and we take the boards and we seal them. After completion, Lao Li began to install windows. Thanks to the measured size, the size is just right. It's not hard to see from the dust on the glass. These have been purchased long ago. Finally came in handy today. Even the side room next to it. We also have to arrange large floor-to-ceiling windows. Then Lao Li lit the fireplace, getting ready to make today's lunch. Listen to the sound of frying food in the pan. This moment finally feels like home. After lunch, Lao Li found a sturdy log. Traction by pulley. Raise it to the position under the eaves, on the left and right sides of the beam. Fix the upper column for support. Make the whole structure more stable. Then Lao Li cleaned the room. You can start flooring the cabin. Note that each board should be placed on top of each other to present a well-proportioned beauty. At night, Lao Li is powered on with a mobile power supply. He's going to spend the night here today. Although the gate has not been installed yet, but fortunately, there is still rhubarb by my side. One doesn't seem too lonely. You can directly enter the working state the next day. Wait until the side room is waterproof. After Lao Li carbonized all the planks he needed to fix them to the wall. Carbonized wood not only repels insects and preservatives, dark brown texture, it also makes it a little bit more sophisticated. Then Lao Li spliced the planks together, after being bolted up. Then insert a second layer of wooden boards into the gap. Sealant needs to be inserted in advance in the middle, so that there is no possibility of a break between them. And then it's still carbonized with a flamethrower. Brush it with an anti-corrosive device to protect it. Then he found a birch tree with a skin disease. Kindly take off the bark little by little. After cutting to the right size, cover it behind the door panel. Birch bark itself is rich in oil. In addition to being an excellent ignition material, it is also a good choice to use as an insulation layer. With experience in making the first small door, the hand movements also become more proficient. Laolin quickly finished the front door. The material used is also much more solid than the previous one. Occasionally he would take the rhubarb out to relax, put it on his shoulder like an old friend. Looking at the magnificent scenery in front of you, a few leaves are endowed with vivid colors, sending a signal that autumn is coming. And the only thing Laoli has to do now is to perfect the roof. I saw that he first set the frame on the edge. Then, according to the size of the insulation board, partition with wooden boards at the top fixing place, divide the roof into different areas. In this way, it can be tightly laid on it. Finally, make a cat edge under the eaves. You can cap it with color steel tiles. This is also a very common material. In addition to the resistance of the material itself, key prices are very affordable. It won't hurt to replace it in the future. With the last tile fixed, time has quietly come to late autumn. He was not in a hurry to decorate the interior. Instead, the priority is to solve the power supply of the wooden house. He doesn't play the computer or swipe die-in. There are not many requirements in this regard. It only needs to meet the daily lighting requirements. Wait until Laoli has placed the solar panels. He led the wires all the way to the basement, installed the battery and distribution box. Due to the approaching winter, birds also began to go out in search of food. Laoli, with a bursting sense of justice, often used to reserve and share with them, but to prevent them from making their homes under the eaves. Better to seal it with a wooden board early. And the gap between the walls. It should also be carefully filled with mortar. It can isolate the entry of cold air. It also makes the detail seem more delicate. The next day, the jungle was covered with snowflakes. Considering that this weather is not suitable for going out, you can keep the room warm with peace of mind. Fill the 5 centimeters thick stretch into the mountain. Lay another layer of plastic film on the outside. We can start the final seal with the planks. Perhaps it is out of yearning for a new home. Laoli works late every day, under his day and night work, soon to be completed along with the side room. Then Laoli put a chandelier on the ceiling pile. I didn't expect to be retro like him. But no matter what, the wooden house is developing on the bright side. The next morning, early. Now there was the task of chopping firewood, and when it was done, he had snot from the cold. I had to go back inside to warm my body. But it seems that rhubarb likes this environment very much, staying outside and refusing to come in. It seems that foreign dogs are also divided into north and south. Until the afternoon, the sky starts to snow again, and there's a growing trend. The clouds are so thick that they can't melt, covered the entire jungle in white. Laoli is helpless in this weather. I can only hide in the house and reminisce about the past. Images of the past keep flashing in my mind, but it doesn't help to think too much. After all, life has to go on, and there was a lot of detail to it. Like an interior wall. It should also be sealed with mortar. Besides, he doesn't even have a place to sleep now. Just thinking about it makes my head feel big. So take advantage of the sunshine. He brought cabinets from his hometown in the city, and to couches from the last century, and they rearranged the interior. Even in his spare time, he also made a dining table by hand. But the most important thing now is to solve the problem of sleeping completely. No one can stand sleeping on the ground all the time. Fortunately, when building the wooden house before, the keel of the attic has been reserved at the top. Now just cool it on the middle card. Fix a layer of wooden boards on top. Of course, he didn't forget his hobby either. I made 2 bookcases and put them on top. Sealed with planks, it's a retaining wall. It increases the security of the bedroom and privacy while you sleep. As Canada officially enters winter, snow blocked all the way down the mountain. In this long and pleasant season, tired of not being idle for a moment, we can only further improve the internal facilities. Fortunately, there is still a lot of surplus food at home, so that he and Rhubarb won't starve. During this time in the Cat East, Laoli built a bookcase for the living room to meet his daily reading needs. And after standing up, just divide the living room into different areas, and above the kitchen. He also added a new storage function. Usually, some seasonings and other items can be stored, but what makes him spend the most energy? It is a corner hidden under the lateral chamber. Not only does it seal the walls, they reconstructed the staircase, replaced the folding ladder of the original love room, and then he added planks on top of it, just the right size to fit a cabinet. It's good for a change of clothes. For the sake of your own safety, Lee put the fence in front again. There's no danger of stepping on the air. The kitchen is the hardest hit area for water use. Pay attention to drainage measures. The prison installed the pipes in the basement. Then image the water outlet all the way outside. Connect the U-shaped pipe at the street. Prevent rats from taking the opportunity to get indoors. Winter passes quietly in such busyness. Another spring is coming soon. Although the snow on the ground has not yet melted, but Laoli had already put on a vest. He treated a batch of wood with a cutting machine. Prepare to continue expanding their survival plate. The machine column has been installed on the ground before. Now give them a flat head. Make sure the machine column can be at the same height. And here he's going to build an outdoor kitchen. After all, the indoor space is relatively closed. It is difficult to emit fumes during cooking. Still the same. We first carbonize the wood we need, then apply a layer of anti-corrosion paint from the surface. Double layer protection can last longer. The middle is connected with wooden boards, the general extent of the foundation of the planning office. Then Lao Li took the processed square wood. Start piecing together the wall frame of the kitchen. After years of tempering, his carpentry skills are even more perfect. Has been able to handle some simple bamboo shoot structures. But for stability reasons, the connection should also be punched into the wooden flute to fix it. Then comes the hardest part. Refrigerate the frame from the ground. Obviously he can't do it on his own. It can only be pulled by the winch. Let the frame out of gravity little by little. With the experience of making the first fan, the rest of the job is much easier. Just follow the previous steps. Just make the rest of the frames, to make sure there are no accidents halfway through. After completing a set of frameworks, Lao Li will connect the bottom, so that they can form a solid whole, so that you can work below with confidence. Lao Li began to install joists on the floor. The joists are connected by short timbers. Make sure there is no possibility of shaking as a whole. Then Lao Li took the plank. Still come to a set of tanning surfaces first. And then, according to the shape of the edges of the frame, make suitable grooves on it. It can be laid on it tightly. Lao Li doesn't plan to seal all the walls. It's made in semi-open structures. After all, there are no range hoods in the wild, so as not to smoke in the indoor disc saw. Considering the upcoming rainy season, Lao Li doesn't care to rest more, and we started working on the roof frames. Lay the pass and collar on first. Secondly, reserve a window in the middle. It can increase the indoor lighting effect. It also allows the smoke from the top to escape smoothly. After covering it with wooden boards, then Lao Li Tetsu came to interview. Start sealing the roof. Due to the lack of housing demand, therefore, you only need to do a good job of basic waterproofing. Wait until the smoke village of the stove is also installed. Fill the gables on both sides with wooden boards. And before installing the stove, you also need to use tiles for fire protection. The bottom should also be padded with a steel plate to isolate the high temperature. Finally, he started installing the old lighter. It's not hard to see from this modeled appearance. I'm afraid it's older than Lao Li. He inherited it from his grandfather. But fortunately, the case is just a little rusty. Everything in there is perfectly functional. Then the dining table that Lao Li made before moving in. It's just the right size. However, as an outdoor facility, anti-corrosion and moisture-proof work must be in place. After Lao Li brushed the surface with wood wax oil, just put it back together, due to the lower overall height of the kitchen. In order to facilitate future travel up and down, Lao Li tailor-made a row of steps for it. After confirming the degree of consideration, there is no problem. He just perfected a series of kitchen facilities. With the completion of the construction of the kitchen, no sense of urgency at work. Old Li's life has returned to peace. And in the fragments of leisure time, he also realized the shortcomings of the wooden house. So he's going to add bathrooms inside. Solve the problem of going out to the toilet at night. Fortunately, a place has been reserved before. Now just measure the approximate width and splice out the frame according to the size. You can complete the preliminary division of the bathroom, because there is a whole bookcase next to it. So all he had to do was build a wall. Comb the lighting wiring for the toilet. You can use the wooden board to seal it. Finally, make the small door and install it. Even if you're done. The days slip by in a loose rhythm. Canada's jungles are drenched in red. There is also a slight chill in the air. Lao Li has started to prepare for the winter. He used the scraps from the house. A woodshed was built next to the wooden house. More fuel can be stored in winter. Lao Li collected the firewood during this time. All batches are cut to a size suitable for burning. Move to a newly built firewood house. This should be enough for him to survive the winter. In addition to that, the storage of food is also a big problem. In order to make the most of the cellar space, Lao Li added storage racks inside again. It is used to store the usual jam and all kinds of vegetables brought from the bottom of the mountain. Every night is his most relaxing moment. After sitting quietly with rhubarb at the door for a while, he started making today's dinner. Meat is hunted daily. Otherwise, just simmer it a little and cook it thoroughly. He also pays great attention to the combination of meat and vegetables. However, due to the scarcity of ingredients on the mountain, potatoes are almost irregular at his table. Freshly brewed coffee after dinner. Lying comfortably on the sofa by the fireplace. Listen to the sound of firewood burning. This is his usual rustic night. Joanshan King Chen. Lao Li received a gift from his daughter. It's a brand new fireplace. The size is almost the same as before. It also went very smoothly for him to install it. Although the appearance is not much different. But obviously this one comes with more features. And adjustable exhaust port. It also allows the firewood to burn more fully. Lao Li took the opportunity to wake up and make a good dough. Use the oven function of Shinbi stove. I made a piece of bread for myself. Although it is the first time that the flower girl has been on the sedan chair, but it looks like it should be very successful. Since then, he has added another staple to his recipe. As the first snowflakes of winter arrive, today is also the annual Christmas. Old Lee put the turkey in the oven early in the morning, and the interior is carefully arranged neatly. And there's a lot of food. Because today my wife and daughter will visit me. This is also the moment he looks forward to the most every year. The daughters looked at their father's heart curiously. Lao Li filled the fireplace with firewood to make the interior a little warmer. Originally called wooden house, it's getting lively now. Everyone is busy in their respective positions. It's very similar to the scene when we spent the holidays together as children. It just happened inadvertently. The two daughters are carefully preparing food. Lao Li also rarely enjoys a moment of leisure. This made him a little uncomfortable for a while. Maybe only the big yellow dog who has been by his side to understand Lori's inner feelings more truly. Dinner was soon served on the table. They toasted together to welcome the arrival of the new year. After dinner, families give each other gifts, tell each other about what happened this year. Although the time together is always short. Also for a better meeting next time. After more than 2 months of quiet life, the temperature in Canada is finally starting to warm up. Take advantage of today's rare good weather. Lao Li found his daughter in the city, and his son-in-law to help. In order to survive here for a long time, he's going to build a greenhouse. They were self-sufficient by growing vegetables. Fortunately, the entire structure is customized. In addition, there are many people and great strength. They built the framework very quickly. In order for plants to thrive, you have to get enough light. So in terms of materials, not only must there be an insulation board that can lock the temperature, inside the prison on the side facing the sun, it is all filled with transparent bowls. Even in the cold winter, it also makes sure that the sun goes through the hall smoothly. Finally, put on the ventilation fan. Let the air in the shed circulate. So the shape of the greenhouse is built. The next step is to improve the internal facilities. Considering my age after all, in order to facilitate watering the plants later, Lao Li first built a water stone. It has a capacity of 2,000 gallons. Full water can last for half a month. It saves him the trouble of shipping back and forth. Then the pine planks are spliced together, assembled into a vegetable bed. Put rotten with lotus root fertilizer on the bottom first. Pour it into the nutrition bucket. Then you can plant vegetable seedlings in it. With the existence of this vegetable greenhouse, let him grow as many vegetables as he likes. I believe it won't be long. He can become truly self-sufficient. In the days to come, Lao Li gradually upgraded Dapang. Not only is a plant crawling frame installed inside, and he's not far away. Another clearing has been opened up. Inside, use wooden squares to enclose vegetable beds one by one. And I framed it all around, so that plants can climb freely. Here we mainly grow seasonal vegetables, and crops like corn, to prevent wild friends from coming uninvited. The old man also installed guardrails around it. Although the gaps between the timbers are a bit large, but at least it can prevent the invasion of large beasts. In leisure time, Lao Li did not forget his identity as a hunter. Occasionally go to the forest for activities, reach out and hit a few wild monsters. But such food sources are highly unstable. After all, it's common to come home empty-handed. And he decided to build a chicken coop to make your recipes more diverse. In order to prevent the situation of going offline, the foundation has to be poured with cement. Then use the wooden board to level it uniformly. While the cement is drying, he planted several fruit trees in the courtyard. After the coming year blooms and bears fruit, it's going to be another scene here. The ground is completely dry the next day. Lao Li began to build a chicken coop. With experience in building large houses, it's not a problem at all. It's as simple as building blocks. It only took 1 day. He installed it together with the biography. The lockdown can start the next day. Pay attention to reserve the door opening during the period, and the position of the window opening in front. Make sure the chicken doesn't feel depressed inside, since there is no plan to keep warm. After covering it with European pine boards, Lao Li began to waterproof the whole house. When he was done, Lao Li replaced the glass with barbed wire. Install windows on the device. The walls were also barbed wire, to make the mortar firmly absorb on it. Maybe the sound is too hypnotic. Rhubarb has long been lying on the ground and passed out. After falling asleep, Lao Li was in front of the chicken coop. Drilled chicken to make a chicken pit in the ground. Insert the pre-carbonized square, the framework that extends outward out of the corridor. This is the activity area accumulated in the future, so it had to be wrapped in barbed wire. It can prevent the vegetables in the vegetable garden from being damaged. It also ensures the safety of brother chicken's life. After all, Rhubarb has long wanted to be their neighbors. Wait until the corridor door is installed, in order to facilitate the free entry and exit of each. A channel should also be installed in the middle to connect with the machine launch. Channel opening on installation remote control electric door. You can control the time of going out at any time. Records of the first day they arrived here. He was obviously a little reserved, but with Rhubarb's encouragement, they also gradually adapt to the environment here. I even laid an egg that day, thank you. Watching your employees give so well. Naturally, the boss has to express. I saw him divide the stone into from the middle, paste it on the wall with cement, decorate the appearance of an ugly chicken coop. Then Lao Li removed the barbed wire from the window and replaced with real glass windows. Now it looks more refined, living in such a beautiful cabin. Let Brother Ju reach the peak of his life from now on. Lao Li only wants to pick up a few more eggs every day, even if you pay the rent yourself. With everything done in the chicken coop, time has also quietly arrived in summer. A scene full of life in the vegetable garden. The corn planted is already half a human height. It's time for fruit trees to bloom and bear fruit. Lao Li needs to be pruned regularly to ensure that they can thrive. Don't throw away the weeds you've cleaned up. This is exactly what our favorite food is. Rhubarb is like the most loyal housekeeper. I go around here every day. Lao Li had nothing from the beginning. So far, it has successfully taken root in this jungle. Double-sided flowering of agriculture and animal husbandry let him finally live the life he wants. The ups and downs of the period. Now it has also reaped its due reward. From now on, he will be in this beloved land, start a brand new one, and really only belong to their own life.